Automatic fire sprinklers. Components.
Want to verify the riser installation and that it complies with the DSA approved plans. Look for the distance between the riser supports, that the four-way brace location and configuration at the riser is correct. Ensure that the vertical and horizontal riser support connections are present. The sprinkler riser should have a hydraulic design nameplate attached, that it is legible, and that it is properly located on the riser. The distance between the supports for the risers should not exceed 25 feet maximum. The attachment of the four-way supports to the structure shall be on the same plane. Horizontal or vertical, combination of horizontal or vertical, are not allowed. Vertical and horizontal support connectors by clamps or hangers shall be within 24 inches of the riser center line. Here's a picture of the hydraulic design nameplate. Note its attachment to the riser. Flexible couplings are provided within 24 inches of the top and bottom of the riser. As we can see here in the center picture and on the right-hand picture, flexible couplings have been provided. The right-hand picture also shows the four-way brace of the riser. The riser must be securely attached to the wall or floor. Combination of connection to floor and wall is not acceptable, must be one or the other. As noted in NFPA 13, Section 9323.1, the flexible couplings must be installed within 24 inches of the top and bottom of all risers, unless the following conditions exist. Risers less than 3 feet in length, flexible couplings are permitted to be omitted. And for risers 3 feet to 7 feet in length, one flexible coupling is adequate. Each riser must have signage for each building or zone served.
Automatic fire sprinklers. General requirements.
The project inspector should verify the sprinkler layout is according to the DSA approved plans. Verify location of approved doors, ducts, retractable basketball backboards, and obstructions not shown on the approved plans. Verify the sprinkler location relative to the finished floor. Verify building structures do not interfere with other trade materials that require major piping modification. Obstructions that occur during construction, such as rerouting of HVAC ducts, electrical conduits, cable trays, and the like, can create an obstruction. Verify that the sprinkler temperature rating, the K factor, classifications and color coding, and the sprinkler identification number are as noted on the DSA approved documents. Much of this information may be found on the fire sprinkler cut sheet and should be correlated to the materials list on the sprinkler plans. Verify the minimum sprinkler distance from walls. Verify the location of vertical sidewall sprinkler deflectors. Spacing of fire sprinklers located on walls or below ceilings is important. NFPA 13, Section 8.7.4.1.2.1 notes that vertical sidewall sprinkler deflectors shall be located not more than 6 inches or less than 4 inches from the wall from which they are projecting. Section 87.4.1.2.2 states that horizontal sidewall sprinkler deflectors shall be located not more than 6 inches and shall be permitted to be located with their deflectors less than 4 inches from the wall on which they are mounted. This is as indicated in the lower picture of this slide. When escutcheons are required, ensure that escutcheons are listed for use with recessed or flush sprinklers and installed according to the DSA approved documents. Glues or caulkings cannot be used to affix the components of recessed escutcheons. Also know that insurance that the sprinklers and the escutcheons are not painted or damaged is critical, as this may impede the operation of the sprinkler and affect the escutcheon. Sprinklers installed on systems with working pressures greater than 175 psi shall be listed for the working pressure of the system. A sprinkler system may contain sprinklers with different temperature ratings installed on the same system, depending on the hazards being protected and the conditions provided. Corrosion-resistant coatings for fire sprinklers can only be applied by the manufacturer, not in the field. Verify the spare sprinkler cabinet contains at least 6 replacement sprinklers and a wrench for each type of sprinkler installed on the system. Sprinklers removed for any reason during construction shall not be reinstalled. NFPA 13, Section 6.2.9.1 states that a supply of 6 spare sprinklers shall be maintained on the premises so that any sprinkler shall have operated or damaged in any way can be promptly replaced. The cabinet must contain sprinklers of each type and temperature rating as those installed on the system. When a sprinkler is removed from a fitting or welded outlet, it shall not be reinstalled except for dry sprinklers when removed in accordance with the manufacturer's installation and maintenance instructions. The use of sidewall sprinklers is only permitted in light hazard occupancies, and again, painted sprinklers shall only be performed by the factory. No field application of paint. Sprinkler arms of upright sprinklers shall be aligned with the pipe length to avoid disrupting the spray pattern. This requirement comes from NFPA 13, Section 8.3.1.3. Unless sprinklers are specifically listed for other installation orientation, upright versus pendant. Important to verify the protection of attic spaces and all combustible concealed spaces. When fire sprinklers are required, they are required throughout all portions of the building unless specifically exempted by code, such as sprinklers are not required in attic spaces less than 6 inches in vertical height. Sprinklers are not required in attic spaces filled completely with insulation materials. And sprinklers are not required in attic spaces over small rooms less than 55 square feet in area. Ensure that the fire sprinkler system is equipped with a pressure relief valve. NFPA 13, Section 7.1.2.1 states that wet pipe systems shall be equipped with a listed relief valve 1/2 inch minimum in size and set to operate at 175 psi or 10 psi above the maximum system pressure, whichever is greater. The relief valve should be identified on the sprinkler plan. Most often it will be located on the riser detail. So, what's wrong with this picture? The sprinkler head has been painted. This is not permitted, as paint application may only be performed by the manufacturer. An upright sprinkler has been installed in a pendant position. This is determined by the design of the deflector of the sprinkler. Another concern in this picture might be the presence of what appears to be fire-rated caulking at the union above the sprinkler. Did this penetrate a fire-rated ceiling? Is this protection method acceptable? I think not.